My name is Jeff. This is my van. I call her Betty White. She's a 2017 Ram Promaster 1500, 136-inch wheelbase. Welcome inside. Starting here in the kitchen, this is the area I put a lot of thought into. I'm a personal chef. I'm based in Tampa, Florida. Took cooking and counter space and everything like that into consideration when I was designing my build. So I have ample kitchen counter space here, plenty of space to prep. And on the other side here, I also have additional prep space. I have a propane Dinette 2-burner stove, which has worked out really great for me. I really like my stove. I wanted to have propane for cooking. It's more pure. I didn't want to use energy to cook. I wanted to have the option of having propane. It was a little more flexible for me, a little more accessible. I also have a Dinette fridge that carries plenty of space for me. I can probably put a week worth of perishables in there. This fridge has plenty of capacity. I've been out 2 weeks on the road at a time, sometimes a little longer, and I have plenty of duration. Down here I have my pantry, which is real nice, gives me a lot of extra storage space for my dry goods. And we did a ceramic tile backsplash. Adds a bit of weight, but I really liked the tile and had plenty of payload capacity, so decided to go with that. Up top I have plenty of storage space as well for more kitchen and dry goods, as well as my drawer space here. So I have keep my silver, kind of my junk drawer and everything I need here for cooking, my knives, things of that nature. Here I have my dishes and my bowls. Third drawer down, I keep, again, more kitchen, more prep stuff, strainers and bowls and glasses and measuring cups and things of that nature. And then pots and pans, cutting board and so forth are down here. And I actually have, in this door, is where my whole electrical system lives. I wanted it to be in the van and accessible, and the hunters did a great job of jamming everything I needed into my electrical cabinet. So my electrical system that I'm running here, I have 200 amp hours of lithium batteries. I have 320 watts of solar on the roof. I have a 2200 watt inverter. I can get power from my solar. I can get power from a 60 amp Victron DC to DC battery charger, which is really great, efficient way to charge my batteries. And then I also have a option for plugging up to shore power if I'm at a friend's house or I'm at a formal campsite as well. All right, so I have my fruit hammock here. Anyone who shows you one of these in the van probably isn't riding around with them. I learned that the first time when I had a tomato explode driving around here, these swings. So these do not, these are more for when you're parked. I really love this little bookshelf I have up here. It's nice to have some live plants in here and in the van. And as well, I have my power station here. So I have my battery monitor, which I can see the consumption I'm using and what I have left on my battery, my control for my Webasto heater, and as well as my lights, which are on dimmers, and then my couple AC outlets as well, if I need to use those. All right, so on this side I have my sink set up and my water set up as well. I went with a 15 by 15 sink, which gives me enough space to wash my dishes and do what I need to do to be able to cook sufficiently in here. The water I'm running, I have on a 12-volt pump. I could probably go about a week without filling up if I'm full on the road. I also keep an additional 5-gallon jug in my bench if I know I'm going to be on the road longer and not have access to water. And I also have a 10-gallon gray that drains out through the bottom of the van into a 10-gallon gray water tank. So in here I have my trash and some paper towels. It divides the cabinet where my water tank is. And then here I have two 12-volt switches. One is for my water pump if I need to turn that off. And then the other one is for my gray water tank, which is on a motorized ball valve, so I can empty my tank without getting under the van. And for additional counter space, I installed this leaf here. It gives me a lot of extra counter space if I need it, as well as if I'm sitting in my swivel chair, it's a nice place where I can have some tea or get some work done, or just have another seating space for people to eat in the van or hang out in the van. In this cabinet underneath the sink here, I keep it's all my water system. I keep cleaning supplies, toilet paper, a camping toilet. I went real basic with a toilet in this van. In a smaller wheelbase, I didn't have the space, nor did I feel it was a priority to install like a composting toilet or anything like that. So I know a lot of people like to hear about, how you go, biggest questions like where do you shower, how do you go to the bathroom, things like that. Ideally, I like to boondock. I like to be out in nature spots. So if I'm not at a formal campsite that has facilities, then I'm using nature as my facilities. And if I have an emergency, I have an option for that, and I just have a basic setup where I have it available. My favorite part of the kitchen is just that I can do so much in such a small space, right? So I have plenty of storage. I can really cook in this van for myself if I'm traveling, or I'm traveling with myself and my partner. So I'm looking at doing experiences out of the van for people who want to do a meal, a nice dinner at a location, and also kind of get the feeling of what it's like to travel, cook, and have an experience in a van. I bought this van in August of 2020, completely empty. I was driving a Honda Accord at the time, traded that in, and I didn't really know how I was going to get to this point. I kind of just took a leap and trusted that it would all work out, and the universe provided, which was really beautiful. I had a friend who offered his time and tools and services, and if you know anything about building a van, it takes way longer than you think it's going to take. Over the course of working on and off for 9 months, my friend Joe, dedicated time with me to get this done. So, I don't know how I would have gotten it done otherwise. And then along the way, I had the Hunters Van Life. They helped me with my electrical and plumbing, and they were awesome in helping me get that done. When I decided to get the van, I knew I wanted to build it out. I didn't know how I was going to get there, but for me it was kind of like I really value experiences more so over things, and this to me was an avenue to be able to have more experiences. I really wanted it to be more accessible for me to get out in nature and spend more time doing things that I love, sharing those moments with the people I care about, and so that was the main catalyst for me deciding to get a van. And so I use this van all the time, every day. I don't live in it full time, but it is my daily driver, which ended up being convenient in a way I never expected. Like simple things like if I'm stuck somewhere, or I'm at a friend's house and I don't want to leave that night, or picking up my daughter from school and having to wait in line. It's just really enjoyable. I can come back here and make some food or take a nap. Like people who live in their vans and spend time in their vans certainly understand, can appreciate that. Welcome to which is right now the lounge of the van. This is also my dining area and also my bed. I wanted to do the U setup because it was really important to me to be able to have community in the van, to share the space. And so in this mode, I can really have a lot of people in here comfortably. It opens up the van, and there's a space for a lot of people to sit and enjoy and spend time together. It also converts into my dining area. We've had up to 5 people here around this space. I have a Lagoon mount, which is very popular for vans, and it's worked out great. And then to flip it into bed mode, I have my table that fits in the U here. It sits on these cleats, and then I just fold my cushions down, and I have a full-size bed in width, and it's a little shorter than a full in length. I don't have any problem sleeping side to side. I have about 6 feet of clearance. I'm shorter than 6 feet, so I didn't put a lot of time into bunking it out or making it so there was the maximum amount of space that could be utilized in this van. But for me, it's comfortable to sleep side to side without touching. Underneath my cushions here, I also have storage in these benches. In this middle storage here is where I keep most of my tools and supplies that I would need on the road if anything goes wrong, fuses and drills and extra screws and all the things that I would need along the way. My extra propane tanks are in here as well that I need for my cooktop. Under this bench is my hot water heater, and also I keep an inflatable paddleboard under here, which I use a lot when I'm traveling in the van. Yeah, under this I keep an extra water jug, all my bedding, And there's plenty of additional storage under here for gear and things that I take with me when I'm on the road. So a question I often get asked is if it's difficult to convert the bed into lounge and into dining and so forth and so on. And for me, it's perfect. It's exactly what I need. I really don't think it's difficult to do it. It just takes a couple of minutes to switch it out. The amount of space that I'm able to gain by having this open and not being in a bed all the time, to me, is worth the time put in to switch it out when I need to. And it gives me a lot more versatility in the van. So, if I don't want the table, I don't have to have it. I can also eat in other ways, where if I use the countertop or the flip up leaf, if I'm having a more formal dining, then I can have that experience as well. And if I just want to have it in bed mode and lounge in that way, then I have that for me as well. I have plenty of extra storage on both sides here. In this cabinet here, I mostly keep clothes. There's always a bathing suit. There's always something to keep me warm. So impromptu, there's always access to whatever experiences I'm looking for. Right now, currently in here, I just have some hydration packs and a dry bag and things like that I would need if I'm hiking or getting wet. On this side, I keep my towels, sarongs, can't ever have too many sarongs, and then my toiletries and mirror and things like that. This last one, I keep hammock, slackline, leveling blocks, binoculars, just all the essentials. I went with pine tongue and groove for my ceiling. Again, it's a little bit of a thicker product, but there was plenty of height available in the van. This is a high top Promaster, so there was plenty of clearance for that. I have a 12-volt AC from Nomadic Cooling. In Florida, it's pretty difficult certain times of the year to travel in Florida without an AC, so the people at Nomadic were fantastic to work with. I also have a Max Air fan, which is pretty standard in these builds, and it keeps air circulating through the van, or when I'm cooking, pulling air out of the van as well. Some years back, I was kind of in a corporate job and didn't really feel fulfilled in kind of the path my life was taking. And when that came to an end, I made a choice to do things in my life that brought me more joy and that felt more authentic in the path I kind of wanted to lead and model in my life. So the van is in part a manifestation of that. I'm also a personal chef based in Tampa, Florida, and that is also a manifestation of that. So doing things I love, spending time with people I care about, doing things that bring me joy, were all part of deciding to take on this van build. Yeah, so the build process was it's the biggest project I've ever taken on, and I feel really proud to have kind of set out to figure that out and set that goal and accomplish it. The build itself took about 9 months in total, working on and off. Sometimes we wouldn't work on it for 2 weeks, sometimes we'd spend 80 hours in a weekend. But over the course of 9 months, we got it done. But leading up to that, hundreds of hours of research on designs and hundreds of hours of research on materials, and it's a huge project, but worth all the time spent. And I feel like time is one of my most important resources, and it was definitely something that I'm happy I spent the time to put the energy in to accomplish. So for my water system, I have 14 gallons of fresh water. I set it up so I can access my tanks. For me, it was easier to have a more flexible water system and not have to look for a hookup. So if I'm on the road and I need to fill up at a grocery store, or can fill up on a hose or a fill-up station, felt like more flexibility for my water. So I have these on quick releases and easy accessible, and yeah, and that's been great for me. I also have a little table here that I can pull out and use for drinks or what have you. So if I'm coming off the beach or a hike and I need to do a quick rinse off or just rinse my feet, I set it up. Also, why I wanted my sink on this side of the van is to be able to have access to getting water outside of the van if I needed it in a more quickly than having to set up my shower in the back. So I added a ladder here to my van. It's an aluminum ladder, and it's from Prime Design. It's been a great feature that I've added to the van. It gives me access to the roof, which can be difficult to access otherwise, to clean my solar panels, or sometimes I just like to get up there for a view. In the back of the van, I have access to my storage benches through these doors as well, which is great for being able to access my gear without having to pull my cushions out, getting my bedding, or especially to be able to get my paddleboard out. And then I have this table that pulls out from the back as well, which has been really great for loading gear in and out. We eat out here sometimes as well, and this is a great place for if I do dinners out here for clients and things like that nature as well. So that's come really in handy, and it's a good use of the space. If I would have done this again, I probably would have utilized this space more efficiently. I've seen some people make this table into a cabinet or a storage box, and I would probably do that in the future to maximize the space in here, because there is some dead space that I'm losing by just having a table here and not using it to its fullest capacity. Last thing I have off the back is this shower bib. So this tees off from my main water line. I have a quick connect hose that I can pull out and give myself a rinse down shower. So I'm a personal chef here in Tampa. I do mostly private dinners, pop-ups, some clients I do meal prep for, but mostly I like to do private dinners and experiences. One of the things I'm looking at doing is offering experiences out of the van. Think about coining it a taste of van life. There's a lot of people out there who are really enamored or intrigued by this lifestyle, and so I wanted to kind of combine that with my passion for cooking, with my passion for van life, and offer an experience around that. So that could be coming soon. My Instagram for my chef business, and also post my van content there, is at chef_Jeff_IZ. That's where you can find me. Also at chefjeffiz.com. So I would just say that if you are, considering building a van, or if you are, if you have any of those what ifs that you're pondering, I would just say do it. Experiences are the most important things, right? And those are the things that at the end of your life you'll look back on and will hold the most value. So, get out and experience the world, and tap into your passion, and whether that's a van, or for me it's cooking, or it's nature, or whatever it is that you enjoy. Don't let things get in the way of going after that. It's way more valuable to attempt to do something that you really enjoy and fail at it than to wonder if you would have, could have, did it, should have done it. Yeah, I really appreciate you coming and check out my van. It's been a labor of love for me, and a great joy in my life. And yeah, peace.